Hello dear students, let's continue to set up the Modem Cloud based network. So in the part 1 we have dealt with the network that contains actual modem and the cloud infrastructure, and in this tutorial, in this part, we will deal with the site that contains the WRT300N. From now on I will call it 300 wireless router. To set up the network for this site. So what we have to start with is we go to the 300 wireless routers interface section. So from the physical site we cannot change anything. There's default modules installed, and we can also go to the GUI site. If you remember, in the early weeks during our classes we have seen the actual Wi-Fi router and we access to its admin panel, and this section over here looks kind of similar to that admin section, but we're not going to working with GUI section. In later tutorials maybe I'll deal with this part. So what we have to deal now is with the interface section. In the interface there is the internet and there is a LAN sections. What you have to do is dealing with these two sections. Now by default you may see the IP configuration chosen as a DHCP, so please move to the static option, and here on the default gateway site I want you to give the IP address 192.168.4.1. This is going to be the default gateway address. So that's done, and then we will go to the LAN section, and this router should have its own IP address because it works on the sort layer. So we will give the 4.2 192.168.4.2 as a IP address for the LAN of the 300 wireless router. And as a matter of fact, if you go to the GUI section you may notice some certain things have been acquired by this 300 wireless router, but don't do anything on this site. Just make the changes on the config site and we will close the window. Alright, so the 300 wireless router is set up, and now we have to deal with the laptops. So first of all, laptops, they do not have the adapter or the hardware that allows them to have the wireless access, so that's why we have to install that sort of hardware. So the first one and the second one, so we will install the wireless adapter to both of these laptops, and make sure you turn on the computer back, laptop back, otherwise it will show some pop-up messages. So go back to the first laptop 0. So we have the wireless adapter installed. So we have to get the dynamic IP address. It's already done over here. We can just simply refresh over here. So it's a 1.4. That's why I put the star, if you notice, over here. So the subdomain is 192.168.4. and the last number, this one changes dynamically, so every time you launch it you may have a 104, 102, 101, etc. So, but the most importantly, default gateway is also set. The default gateway in this scenario will be set as the IP address of the 300 wireless router, but don't worry, that's fine. When you configure the router you will give the default gateway as the one 4.1. all right, for the one side 4.1 and the other side 1.1. So the laptop 1, the first laptop, laptop 0 is done. Now laptop 1, the second laptop. So we'll go to the IP configuration section, and then this one also took the dynamic IP address, and at the same time it also took the default gateway. So there's nothing to worry or change, so everything is set automatically for us. And now the next thing is we have to connect this network and this network to each other, and as a middle way or gateway will be set up by this router 1841. I'm using the router 1841. Make sure to use the right particular equipment for the scenario. For this, to set up the connection, so we will choose the copper straight cable. So I will, on the one side I'll choose the 300 wireless router, Ethernet 1, and the other side. Now pay attention, I'm using for the 300 wireless router the fast Ethernet 0/0. I just call 0/0. All right. Now, and for the connection between the cable modem and the router, I will choose one more time. I'll choose the cable modem over here. Now pay attention, we have the port 1, and as the connection to the 1841 router, I'll choose the fast Ethernet 0/1, 0/1, 0/1. All right. So most importantly, so for the 300 wireless router, we have the 0/0 as a connection point, and for the cable modem, we have the 0/1. That's important because you configure the router, and there you have to specify this specification. So we open the 1841 router window, configuration window. So in this case, this router also has some ports that we can install. Whatever you see the black hole over here, it means you can install some ports, but you don't need to worry anything about installing. We can also go to the command line interface and do some comments over here for configuration, but all the thing you have to worry about this the 1841 router is with the fast Ethernet 0/0 and fast Ethernet 0/1 sections. All right. The first important thing is make sure you put the port status on. So I'll immediately not to in order not to forget that, I'll turn on the port status section for both of it. And for the first one, as I have mentioned over here, I have pointed that out, right? So for this 300 wireless router, we have the default gateway as a 4.1. So as a fast Ethernet 0/0, I will write the IP address as the 192.168.4.1, and the subnet mask is just the following. All right. And as I have pointed that out, that for the cable modem side, I have the connection 0/1, right? So as a matter of fact, fast Ethernet 0/1. So we're going to provide the default gateway as 1.1, and subnet mask is the following. All right, there's nothing else you have to change or deal with. All thing is set up properly. Now we will try to so this site we have tried to pin in the previous video, so we'll try to pin among these laptops. So we have to know the IP address. This one has the 104 IP address, and this one has the probably 103 as an IP address, right? So I'll try to ping from 103 to 104. So I'll write the IP address of the 104. So there is a ping for the IP address. Oh, I think I made a mistake. The subdomain here is 4.1. So let me wait. I will correct that, and we will write the IP address. Yeah, even the last number is not 4, it's just 104, right? So 4104, right? So there is a ping, send, receive it, right? And so we are on the computer 103, so we'll go to the computer 104, and then we'll try to do the ping for the computer with the IP address 104, right? So it works. You can actually write 103 as well, which means just the computer pings to itself, which is just perfectly fine, right? So which means these two laptops can communicate with each other, and the most important thing is we have to have the connection between the 300 wireless router and this Modem Cloud combination, right? So I'll try to send the ping from the computer that has a 300 wireless router set up the connection for to the through the cable Modem Cloud and the switch, which is the other network. So I'll write that particular network's IP address. So we're gonna have the IP address as 1.4. So this PC's IP address is 192.168.1.4. So I wrote that particular PC's IP address. The early packets may have experience of a request timeout. So don't worry, but the rest of the packets will be caught, and as a matter of fact, you have seen 3 packets were sent and received successfully. So I'll try one more time, because the pass route has been cleared now. 4 packets sent and received without any loss. So I'll try to do the same thing with the computer on the other network with IP address 1.5. So once again, you may have the request timeout for the first 1 or 2 packets, but later on, when the pass is found, all 4 packets will be sent and received successfully, right? So these 2 laptops, particularly this laptop, this one will also be able to connect, but you can try that yourself. So I'll go to the other network and go to the PC1, right? So with IP address 1.4, and I'll try to ping to the computers on the other 300 wireless network area, right? So there is the IP address 103 on 104. I don't remember exactly which one had the 103 and 104, but there are PCs with IP address 103 and 104. So we will send the ping. So with the 103, there's a clear contact, and with the 104, we will try to ping, and once again, there's also a clear contact. And that's it. This is the way how you can, set up the usage of the cloud and the cable modem. So far, I don't deal with the physical site, but later on we can also have access to the physical site. From the logical standpoint, make sure that whenever you have a cable modem in the cloud, there's no need to worry about the gateway. But as long as you have the wireless router, then there should be a gateway that plays a role between the wireless router and the other network, in this case cable modem cloud combination, right? So that's all for this tutorial. We tried to use cable modem and cloud for the first time. So I hope I was able to give a clear clarification. Please watch these tutorials and we will practice in the classes. Okay, thank you for the attention.